joins us to watch it. This is going to be going over the American Red Cross custom HTML templates and how to use them with FLMSG. FLMSG is used in amateur radio to send information, usually in a form, digitally over the amateur radio frequencies. It can be used on, depending on the digital mode, it can be used on HF frequencies as well as VHF and UHF frequencies. The form that I'm going to use as an example is the ARES disaster requisition form, and it's form number 6409. And these HTML templates are different than the default message templates that are included in FLMSG. I will be using a Raspberry Pi with FLMSG and FLDigi installed on it to demonstrate this, and I'm going to be connecting to it using VNC. The image behind me is from a shelter in, I believe it was Austin, Texas, and it was for Hurricane Harvey. So, which it looks like it's a looks like a school or some sort of gymnasium with cots set up in it, which I thought would be something that if there was a Red Cross shelter that was set up here in Ohio, it could easily be set up in a school, school gymnasium, or a church gymnasium, something like that. So with that, I'm going to switch over to my Raspberry Pi, and let's see, get started on showing you how these forms work. Okay, so first thing you need to do is go over to the FLDigi website at w1hkj.com, and this lists all the FLDigi software. What we're going to be looking at is FLMSG, which you can see right here if you click on the download link. You'll notice in this directory there's a link for ARES custom forms. So if we click on that, this lists all the custom HTML forms for the American Red Cross that is set up in FLDigi, or for FLDigi. There is a ARES custom zip file right here. If you download that zip file, it'll contain all the files in this directory. So I've already downloaded the zip file and unzipped it, and it is in this, here's the zip file here, and it's all unzipped in this folder here called Red Cross. When I unzipped it, it didn't unzip everything in its own folder, so useful. Probably want to create an empty folder, put the zip file in there, then you can unzip it right inside that folder and everything will be there. There's also two PDF files. One talks about installing FLMSG and using it in the simplified user interface, which is this window right here. Gives you a link where to download it. And the way these forms are designed to be used is for a non-amateur radio operator to be able to use FLMSG and the HTML templates to actually generate the FLDigi file that's used to send out to other stations. And the other PDF file walks you through actually using the form. As you can see, you select the form that you want in the custom templates list, and it opens it in a web browser. You fill it out, hit submit form, and it will save it to a file, K2B file, that FLMSG can use to send out. It's recommended if you're going to set this up on a computer for non-amateur radio operators to use, to save the form that they submit to a USB flash drive. That way the flash drive can be unplugged and given to an amateur radio operator. They can plug it in their computer and access the information to send out using FLMSG on it. So the first thing we want to do is copy over the forms that we're going to use, or that we're going to need. We could copy all of them over, and then they should all show up, which may make it a little confusing for somebody to fill out if they're not used to all the forms. Or you can copy a few of them over. I'll do all of them. So I'm doing selecting them, and I'll go copy. And on the Raspberry Pi and in Linux, the file location, you want to put those, it's actually a hidden folder. So if we go up to view, show hidden, starts with a dot, and it's this NBEMS folder, and inside of that folder there's a folder that's called custom, and we'll paste those in there. Close that out, and I'll just minimize that. Now we're ready to get FLDigi started, or FLMSG, which is right there. And this is already set up in the simplified user interface. So if we click on new message, here's the list of forms, and the one we're going to be looking specifically at is this requisition 6409 form. So we'll highlight it there, hit select, and it opens it up in our web browser, and it can be filled in. And what this looks like it's used for is requesting supplies. So there's a stock number, quantity, unit of measure, total quantity, each description, and date when it's needed, as well as the POC name for delivery with phone number, email address, and who approved it, their title, phone number, signature, procurement method. Of course, this section's optional. And when you're all done, hit submit, and this comes up and asks you where to save it. So I do not have a thumb drive plugged into my Pi. So I will just save it right in here. I also have a couple messages here I received earlier when we were practicing with this. So we'll hit save here. And then I'll just minimize that. Now, what your amateur radio operator will see if we go into the expert dialog, which is this window here. This is the form that I just saved. Let me go here to File, Open, and I'll select the one I received earlier today. So this is what it looks like in FLMSG. Doesn't look as well as it does in the web browser. If we select View Form, it opens it up in the browser, and it has all the fields filled out. And you notice when viewing it from here, there is no submit button compared to the other screen when creating a new message. So, and let me close FLMSG out. And what I'm going to do is turn on or start up FLDigi. This might take a little while for it to come up. And it automatically starts FLMSG. And let me go in here to sound card, devices. Okay, so I do have my signal link turned off, so this is not going to actually transmit. So we'll go into the expert dialog and do a File, Open, select the form, and when we do a auto send, FLDigi will send it out, and this top screen tells what it's sending out. And one thing nice with FLMSG, when it sends a message out, it also creates a checksum, and when the station receives a message, it'll check that checksum it gets at the beginning with what it calculates at the end. And if it doesn't match, then it will not transfer into FLMSG, and you'll know there's a problem with it. If the checksum matches, then there shouldn't be much of any issue of knowing if something is messed up in transit. So it should be exactly what you want to send. So pretty easy, straightforward thing to do. A little bit different compared to how we usually use FLMSG, where you can just go into form. If you want to do an ICS 213, fill it out, save it, hit auto send, and it'll send it out. And also, if we go into custom, once those template files are loaded, we can select one, and as you can see, it just has the field names without any data with it. We do edit form, opens it up in the browser, we can fill it out. Submit form will save it, and then you can send it out. So I hope you found this video useful and information useful. Thank you for watching, and until next time, 73.